Hello students, this is the video for class 11 students in the topic of Introduction to Python. So basically in this video we are going to discuss about the operators in Python. So before going to start with the operators with Python, we will discuss about how to take input from user in Python. Now we have a function named as input in Python, which is a keyword, which is a system defined keyword in case of Python. Now in this function we will use that function, and within the first bracket we will write the text what we want to give the text to the user, and then after we can take the input from the user by using that input function. Now, but what happened whenever we use that input function, it considers the data as string only. If you take my name, it will consider that as string, that is so okay. But if you take the input as 5 or 6 or something like that, a number only, then also it will going to consider that number as string. It will not going to take the number as a numeric value. So for that reason, we have to use another built-in function, which is eval. The purpose of eval function is it takes the string from the input and it consider it it returns the integer value of that corresponding string. So what happened in case of eval function, whenever I use the eval function even before input function, it takes the input from the input function and that means it takes the string value and it returns the integer value to the Python program. So let us solve a small program by using that input and eval function to understand that things very clearly. Now, as it is open in my desktop, so I am going to tell you that first you have to open that Python. So if it is not even installed in your machine, so please first install that. It is free available in the website. Just download it, then after you can work with it. Now as it is already downloaded in my computer, I will start doing it. Now what I just telling you that x is equal to input within bracket give a number, then after what happened, I'm just going to share that I got an error over here. So what kind of error I got? See, here I have given a single quotation and here I have given a double quotation. That is why I got the error over here. So let me just clear my error, then let me just write it once again so that I will not get any more error. So it is asking for a number, so I'll give the number as 5 given. Now for y I will write the same line. For y I will write the same line. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to replace the variable. Instead of x it will be y, and the same number it will be give a number again. It is asking for another number, so here I'm going to give the value as 6. So next what task I'm going to do, I'm going to add that x with y. Done. So now I'm going to print the value of z. Just let me check what happened. See what I got the result as 56, which is not at all the result. I want the result should be 11. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the eval function just before the input function. Let me just copy these things and I'm going to paste it over here. And here before the input function I'm going to use the eval function. I'm just going to close the bracket over here. The same thing I did and I got an error again. Oh, sorry, here it will not going to happen, so I have to open a new file. Here I can do this task. See here. Sorry, I think I did a mistake, which is I mistakenly spelled the eval wrong. So what I have to do, I am going to copy it again, paste it, and just place it correctly. So it is asking for a number. So here I am going to give the number as 5. Control C, Control V. Again the same variable I am going to use. So the value I am going to give as 6. Same thing I am just going to do that. I am going to add x with y. I am going to store it in the variable z. Done. So I am going to print the value of z over here. If you can see, now I got the result as 11. Sorry for the error what happened just right now, because I written the wrong spelling of eval. It should be eval. I have written it as evel. That is why I got the error. As it is a keyword, I already told you that you cannot change it. Whatever it is written in the dictionary, you have to write in the proper way only. So we got another variable, another function, another built-in function eval to transfer a character type value to its corresponding integer value, because in case of Python takes the input from the user as string. It does not consider value as numeric value, it considers it as string, and it concatenates the value. So if you want to add to numeric value, in that case you have to use that eval function. I think I'm clear enough. Now I'm going to start with the types of operators we have in Python. It is arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, logical operator, identity operator, membership operator, and bitwise operator. I am going to discuss each of these operator with you very clearly. Now first is arithmetic operator. We all are very familiar with that arithmetic operator, which takes two operand, perform the operation and return the value. So the basic arithmetic operation are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. That four are we very familiar with. Next is modulus. The purpose of that modulus function is to return the remainder. Whenever I am going to divide the value x by y, that modulus function will return the remainder, not the result but the remainder. Next is double star. The purpose of using that operator is to exponent. Like if you want to find the power of x to the power y, then you have to use that double star. Like if you want that 2 to the power 3, so if you have to place it like 2 star star 3, so you will get 2 to the power 3 result. Now next is float division, which is double slash. What does it mean, float division? Float division means it returns only the integer value. Say let's take an example. Say I want to divide 5 by 2. So if I use that single slash, I got the result as 2.5, because I am going to divide 5 by 2. So if you use double slash, you will get the result as 2. That 0.5, the part after the fraction, after the decimal, this double slash will not going to consider. It returns only the integer. So you can call it as integer division too. Like instead of calling it float division, you can call it as integer division if you get the double slash. So the purpose of this single slash is it returns the value in the decimal point also, but in case of double slash, it returns the value in only in integer. It does not consider the value after the decimal point. Now next comes is assignment operator. We all know that single equal to is assignment operator. The purpose of that assignment operator is to assign the right hand side value towards the left hand side variable. Let me clear it once again, that if you write a equal to 5, that 5 is the right hand side value, it will be assigned to the left hand side variable a. So whenever you are going to place a single equal to, it is an assignment operator which will going to take the value from the right hand side and place the value towards the left hand side variable. Right. So next, using this assignment operator, you can do some operation like plus equal to, minus equal to, into equal to. All the arithmetic operators we have, you can place it just before the assignment operator and the task will be something different. So if you write x plus equal to 3, it is actually equal to x equal to x plus 3. So whatever be the value, like if I consider the first line, so the value of x is 5 because here I am going to assign the value as 5. Now then after, if you place plus equal to, then it will going to do x equal to x plus 5. Now the value of x is already 5. So it will going to add 3 with that existing 5 and the new value of x will be 8. Now next line you are going to do x minus equal to 3. So what happened? The value of x is now 8. Now 8 minus 3 will be 5, which will be assigned to the variable x again. So I think I am clear enough. So what is the purpose of that plus equal to minus equal to? You can call it as shorthand operators also, but here it is given in assignment operators. So the purpose of plus equal to, minus equal to, into equal to is it will just going to add the right hand side value with the left hand side existing variable. It will going to add the right hand side value, or it will going to perform the task on the right hand side value with the left hand side variable. Now next is comparison operator. So what does it mean, comparison operator? It will compare with the left hand side with the right hand side, or it will compare the right hand side with the left hand side, and the result of comparison operator will be either true or false. It can't be anything else, because if you compare that 5 is greater than 6 or not, you will get answer as either true or false. It can't be like yes, it is greater by 1 or it is less by 1. That kind of result you cannot get. So you are asking for whether it is greater than, like whether 5 is greater than 6 or not. The answer will be either yes or no. So in case of comparison operator, the result should be in Boolean. It returns the Boolean value. So comparison operators are double equal to, not equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to. Now let me clear each and every comparison operator. First is equal to, which is actually equal. So what does it do? It takes the left hand side operator and compares it with the right hand side operator, whether both the it takes the left hand side operand and compare it with the right hand side operand and check whether both the value are same or not. Now here it will going to check whether x is equal to y or not. If x is equal to y, then it will return the value yes, otherwise it will return the value as false. Like if it is x is equal to y, it will return the value as true, otherwise false. So you have to keep in your mind that a single equal to is assignment operator, a double equal to is a comparison operator. Don't get confused between that single equal to and double equal to. If you put a single equal to, it will work as an assignment operator. It will just take the right hand side value and place the value towards the left hand side variable. But if you put the double equal to, it will compare the left hand side and right hand side variable and it will return the value yes or no. Now next is not equal to. So it will going to check whether left hand side variable is not equal with the right hand side or not. If it is not equal, then only it will return true. If it is equal, then it will return false. Next is greater than. Very clearly we can say that it is either 7 is greater than 5 or not, so it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So whether if left hand side variable is greater than the right hand side variable, then only that greater than operator will return true, otherwise false. Like that way you can I know you can perform less than, greater than equal to and less than equal to, all the comparison operators. So I think I am clear enough in case of comparison operators. So comparison operators is the operator which perform some operation in between left hand side variable and the right hand side variable, and it checks whether the operations are true or false, and it returns either true or false only. Next is logical operator. So we know that the basic logic gates are and or not. So here it will be either and or not. So in case of AND operator, if both the condition are true, then only it will going to return true. In case of OR operation, if one of the condition is true, then only it will return true. In case of NOT operation, if say let me just discuss the AND or NOT, then after I'll come to the NOT operation. Now here example is given that x is less than 5 and x is less than 10. So say let's take an example that the value of x is 3. So 3 is less than 5 and 3 is also less than 10. So both the condition is true. So this in this case AND will return true. Otherwise your AND will return false. Now in case of OR, what happened? Say the value of x is 3 only. So here also both the case are true. So if any one of the case, in case of OR operator is true, then only your OR operation will return you the true value. So in case of NOT operator, what happened? So it reverses the result, return the false if the result is true. So what happens? See, if the consider over here that the value of x is 3. So x is less than 5, of course, because 3 is less than 5 and 3 is less than 10 too. So AND will return you true. So your NOT gate will return you the value as false, because it will just going to reverse the result of the operation. So whatever be the result is, it is either true or false. Your NOT operator will just going to reverse the result. If it is true, it will return false. If it is false, it will going to return true. So in case of AND operator, both the operation should be true. In case of OR operator, any one of the operation is true, your OR operation will return you true. In case of NOT operation, whatever be the result of the operation, it will going to return the opposite or the reverse of that result. Next is identity operator. Now what happened? It is the operators are is and not is. Now see, it will going to return true if both the variable are of the same object. Now it is not will going to return true if both the variable are not from the same object. Now we have not discussed the concept of object over here, so I am not going to discuss that identity operators over here in clearly. So just remember one thing, if both the object like x and y are from the same object, then only that identity operator will going to return the true value. If both the objects are not from the same object, then is operator will going to return false. And in case of is not, will just reverse of that is operator. If both the variable are not from the same object, then only is not will return true, otherwise false. Now the concept of object I am going to discuss in our upcoming videos. Now membership function. Membership function is something in and not in. Now take an example that y is equal to ABC. The value stored in y is ABC. Now x is equal to only A. So A in ABC exists. So if the sequence exists in the right hand side variable, then only that membership operator will return true, otherwise false. Now let me clear it once again, that say the value of y is ABC and the value of x is only A or maybe AB. So it will going to check whether x is in y or not. X is in y or not. If x in y, then this function will return true, otherwise false. So here x is in y because A is in ABC, so it will going to return true, otherwise it will going to return false. And not in, just opposite. If the sequence is not in y, then only it will return true, otherwise false. So here if the value of x is A and the value of y is ABC, then not in will return false. where in will return true. So it is the membership function. Now this is bitwise operation, that is bitwise and bitwise or bitwise XOR, bitwise NOT. Now here what happens, so each and every number, as we all know, computer convert all these number into its equivalent binary because our computer does not understand the decimal concept. So you will get a sequence of binary number whenever you are going to convert a decimal number to its equivalent binary. So this AND operation, this bitwise AND operation, will going to perform the AND operation in between these two numbers. Now this OR operation will going to perform the same bitwise OR operation in between the two numbers. XOR is same, the purpose using of AND or XOR gate are clear to us because we have discussed these things. So now NOT gate is just reverse the bit, is very clear to us. Now next is zero fill left shift. What happened over here, that left shift means each of the bits will be shifted left hand side by one bit, and the last bit, like the last bit in the right hand side, will be filled up by a 0. Like I'm going to push all the number towards the left hand side by a bit, and the last bit in the right hand side will be filled up by 0. Now sign right shift is sign right pushing copy. What happened over here, it keeps the sign bit as it is and then after it shifts the number. So the bitwise operator is something which perform the bitwise AND or NOT XOR operation in between two variable, as we have performed in the Boolean algebra. Like that way only, and the shifting by left hand side or shifting by right hand side, it's just shift the number or push the number towards the left hand side or towards the right hand side and fill the left position by 0. Now that bitwise operation we are going to discuss whenever we are going to discuss these things in more clearly, like whenever we are going to do some operation on this, that concept will be more clear with all you. Now I think these things of operators are clear to you. What happen in case of Python whenever we are going to use some operators in Python. So for now it is enough. So we are going to discuss in our next video with some new topic. Till now, stay tuned, stay safe, stay at home.